He's fine. He's going, bruised, just his shin, got hit on the knee. He's going to be okay.
He's getting today?
He's getting treatment, yes.
First quarter was different from last time. Pace of play was better. Was it more what you wanted to see this time?
Well, it's been the same way 2 games, Akil. First 2 games, I think we were leading in the first quarter in both games. And, the pace is good, tempo is good, our aggression defensively was good, getting after him. But that middle of the second quarter is where we're hitting rough territory. And we've made some adjustments in both games in that quarter, and same result. So we're still got to find a cure for that stretch. And that's when Pierce comes back and he goes to the 4. But it's not really Pierce. Last night it was, pushing the ball in transition, getting back, getting matched, in that stretch of time. So that's been our Achilles heel in different ways. Pierce, the first game, hit 3 shots in a row that made it look like okay. But then yesterday was a different problem.
What did the film tell you in terms of defensive breakdowns?
Defensive breakdowns, it told us that we had 17 blow-bys, which creates a whole multitude of problems. Offensive rebounds, fouls, help not getting there enough, drawing kick for threes. That's number one. Contain contest has got to be our mantra going into the next game. Second is rebounding. Once the shot does go up, find the body. Our pick and roll defense, we didn't impact the ball with our shows as well as we have been doing all year. And some of our good guys, Tyler, Pat, Amir, usually we put the blame on JV, but it wasn't JV, so. But again, it's kind of it starts on the ball, Bruce, and that's the first issue.
Coach, about Tyler in the starting lineup, what did you see from him? And you got James out there for him.
Yeah, and the starts are not the problem. The starts have been excellent, I think. I mean, I may be wrong and getting caught up in the hype, but our starters, that group is a plus 11. The best group of all of our groups on the court as far as, the 5 group, plus minus. So, again, for us, it's got to be getting the chemistry right, keeping our focus. When they when they go their smaller lineup, they ramp up the pressure, not fold under the pressure, continue to hit, continue to be aggressive, continue to push the ball, continue to pace. And let's be honest, it doesn't help when Cal gets in foul trouble. That set us back a little bit. That hurt the tempo a little bit by him getting in foul trouble. All year long, he's played with 2 fouls and been smart with it, and last couple of games he didn't. So, and again, that helps a lot as far as maintaining that tempo and that intensity.
Talked a lot about physicality defensively, not having it, but does that extend to offense, not setting hard enough screens on the offensive boards too?
Well, again, offensively, we got to make sure we trust the pass. We got to trust the pass. We got to trust our bigs. They're not guarding our bigs, and they're making them make plays. And they've got to make plays out of the double teams, out of the blitzes, out of the corrals. That's something we worked on yesterday and the day before in practice. That's what they're forcing us to do. The first game, Amir was excellent in making the right reads. Last night was a little stagnant, and what we got to do is make the play out of that quarterback. And the guy with the ball's got to trust, okay, we've got to burn him with the pass. Now they take the traps off. And, that's the mentality. Instead of the guy with the ball say, okay, how can I score, how can I score? Okay, we're going to burn you. We're going to burn you with the pass. You're going to trap me, we're going to make you pay, with that mentality. And then the next guy, when he gets it, he can't think, okay, I got to score. No, it may be a swing, and then that next guy gets to play. So that's the mentality we got to have, and we've done that this year pretty well. And, we haven't in the last couple of games.
It hasn't been there all year, though. I mean, you were 4th last in assist rate, but you think these guys?
I think we've moved the ball, decent. I mean, we haven't had trouble scoring. So, whether it leads to assist or leads to getting it to the right guy who can attack and make a play off the dribble, I think that's the key. It may not. That's what I'm saying. It may not be that guy next pass that makes the assist. It may be a swing, and then that guy attacks. So that's what I'm saying, more so than making an assist or passing the ball. And it's not from a selfish standpoint, Ryan. It's not from guys saying, okay, I got to score. that's kind of the guys' nature. That's what they do. But again, in a game that have teams that have game plan for you, are trying to take you out of your sets, you got to pass, and then attack in that situation.
Dwane, and you're looking at those two runs. I mean, that first run in the second quarter, transition was a problem. Guys were not getting back quickly, or in the later run.
We were back, but we weren't communicating. We were there in spirit.
Or in the second run,
Yeah.
a lot of the wall breakdowns I saw.
Mm-hmm.
At this stage of the season, I presume these guys have been communicated to about some of these issues.
They've been communicated, Michael. We talked about it. We worked on it. Probably when you normally don't. In the years I've been in the playoffs, we had worked on boxing out and transition defense, but we've worked on it. So, again, this that time of year, you can't have 8 possessions or multiple possessions where you don't get back in transition or you don't box out. But that happens, and that's where we are as a young team trying to understand what it takes to win in the playoffs. And we'll get there. We'll get there. And is it going to be right now? I don't know. But we got a couple of games in Washington to figure it out.
To that point, how frustrating is it for you that Lou was up here a couple moments ago? He says, we didn't have the intensity in game 2 that we needed to have.
Right.
DeMar says, we got to play with a sense of urgency. The natural reaction is, why wasn't it there?
Right. And again, I'm saying we play with a level, but in the playoffs, there's another level. There's another level we got to get to where I want to knock somebody on their butt. I want to kick somebody and get up in somebody's chest, and you're going to knock me on my butt, I'm going to knock you on your butt. That level is what they're talking about, and that's what we talked about in the locker room. I think that's what they're talking about more so than not playing hard. Because like Michael said, we got back in transition, but we're kind of looking around. We're there, but we're not there. So we got to make sure we are focused enough to get in Paul Pierce's face when he's shooting the 3. We're there, but go ahead and great late jump. So those things, I think, is what they're talking about, and the physicality that you got to play through. Nene is grabbing and bear hugging us and denying us out to half court. Get him off of you. You might have to take a foul to get him off your body. And those are the type of things I think is what I relate to them as far as that next level of intensity.
Speaking of that next level, Kyle sort of mentioned that last night, saying he thought he was playing playoff intensity, but he wasn't able to stay on the floor. Is there anything you can tell him? Like, do you want him to continue playing the way he's been playing?
He's got to continue playing. No, he's got to continue, and just not the cheap. Again, you can watch it 50 times and you say that's a foul, that's not a foul, and the official called a foul. So don't put yourself in that position. He's a smart player. He's one of our smartest players. He understands that he can't put himself in that position to put the team in that position to take a foul. We just had the same thing on Saturday. So again, it happens. It happened, and he's smarter than that, and I know he is, and he'll do a better job the next game. But he's playing at again, the starts are not the problem. The starts are not the problem as far as playoff intensity, getting guys off of you, screening people, hitting people. That group does a heck of a job.
As much as it's not a guy, how much has it hurt that not only has he not been on the floor in terms of the foul trouble, but when he's been on the floor, he's had a rough couple of games as well, Kyle. He hasn't scored the ball, he hasn't moved the ball, he hasn't turned it over. I mean, he's kind of had a rough start to the season.
Again, by nature, we're an offensive team. By nature, by human nature, DNA, we're a scoring team. And, we can't let the little, how hard it is for us to score now a little bit because of what they're doing to us, take us out of our intensity on both ends of the floor, whether it's cutting hard, moving the ball, defending your position, guarding yard, containing the ball. We can't allow that to take us out of what we want to do. And it's done that a little bit because, okay, I miss a shot, we carry that down to the defensive end. We can't do that. They blitz me, I haven't got my touches. So, we take it down to the defensive end or not execute a play, kind of jog into our spot instead of really hard cutting. We can't, wear that on our shoulders. We got to play through that, be bigger than that, and that's playoff basketball. They're going to take you out of who you are, and that's a sign of respect.
Briefly, when you were talking about Tyler in the starting lineup, that you're sort of searching for the right chemistry. Is that just the communication, or is it something else that you're
No, it's chemistry offensively. It's chemistry defensively. Guys, for whatever reason, some groups play much better together than others. You know, it's a lot of different things. It's not communication. It's more fit. Some guys can score, some guys can screen, some guys can shoot, some guys are better defenders. Getting that right mix together is more the chemistry I'm talking about, E.